What is going on, guys? So this is my Attack on Titan Chapter 108 review. Like I said, if you watch my live reaction, I thought that this was a fantastic chapter. I would probably give it a 4.5. I honestly was leaning towards a 5, but it didn't obviously have any action or anything. It wasn't like anything unbelievable happened in terms of us learning new information. But I thought it was very enjoyable and really let us just see the cast in their best form possible. I thought that was the best part by far. But so just getting into it, just piece by piece what happened. In summary, I think that this new character, I believe he's a new character. I don't recall him ever being a part of the story up until now. Locke, I think he's bullshit. I don't really understand where he came from or why he acts like this. He just seems a complete tool at all times. I mean, in, like, you know, the beginning of the series, this guy, Nile, the commander of the military police, is the one that is portrayed as the douchebag. But in reality, he's actually pretty cool now, where this guy is just a complete asshole at all times. So I don't really understand what the deal is with that. I'm sure he's going to play a big part in the story. I'm guessing he's pretty much just kind of trying to show us how, like, while, you know, Marley is kind of the bad guy, there's bad guys everywhere. And I think that's going to be his main point, especially as, like, a higher-up member of the military police. I would imagine he is. Definitely a part of the military police, considering his jacket. And he's eating, you know, with Nile and, like, these other people. So I'm assuming he's a high-ranking member of the military police. And I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I think that's the way his character is supposed to be. But I don't know. We'll just have to see on that. I'm really happy that this chapter we found out what is going on with Pixis. I was completely confused, actually, when we had that last chapter. I don't know what the deal was with that. I don't know why, you know, we were just not given any information at the time. I guess I understand it was like a cliffhanger pretty much, even though it wasn't technically at the very end of the chapter. But I'm really happy that was all explained. Not really sure if it's the best idea at all, and it seems like the main characters kind of agree with me on that. I understand the reasoning behind it, but I don't know. I just feel like these people do not have enough trust in Zeke. I get why you wouldn't, I suppose, but I think, you know, with Eren really putting so much trust to him and now having had that discussion with him and saying that he's even more for Zeke's plan, I just think these people need to put more trust in Zeke, and if not, in Eren, and then Eren will say, let's just go with this guy's plan, and that would be that. But, you know, whatever. I guess we'll see how all that pans out whenever Zeke finds out about that. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. The scene when it's a flashback from a year before the present time, when they're on the train and working on it and whatnot, but mainly when they're on it and talking about who is going to inherit Eren's Titan and everything, that, in my opinion, is one of the best scenes in all of Attack on Titan. There was no action needed. It was just all of the main characters, even Sasha still being alive. Well, I guess not all the main characters, of course. A lot of them are either dead or on a different team now or something, but not the point. All the ones that are currently on Paradise were just together having a great discussion. You know, they really just seem even more than a family to me. The way at the end where they're all blushing, Eren starts blushing and John calls him out, and then Armin said, like, oh, you know, that's everyone's blushing or everyone's face is red now because of the sun. But that's not a real thing, right? Like, my understanding is he was just saying, like, pointing out that they're actually all blushing, and John's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. I mean, this wouldn't be the first time that's happened. So, yeah. I thought that was fantastic, though. All of their faces were just perfect. Just loved it. Even though they're not a family, technically, they can feel that they really are, and they know, and they were kind of just, I think it was coming to them, and that's why they were all blushing, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I absolutely love that scene. Maybe I'm just like a girl, but I thought it was fantastic. So then, I think that Mikasa absolutely smoked Coney when Coney was like, you know, if Eren goes out of line, I'm gonna fucking kill him. And Mikasa's like, dude, no. Like, that's not happening. First of all, she wouldn't let that happen. But in the first place, Eren's not gonna get out of control. And that is something that I think is really important. For one thing, Coney's out of his goddamn mind when he is talking about how Eren is supposedly, she was laughing at Sasha's death. I went back to that panel, and no. Like, I really cannot see how he was laughing. I guess maybe he was. I mean, again, like I said during my live reaction, if Coney really is that sure, like he is absolutely positive he was laughing, which I don't know how he would, because I'm pretty sure he was not in the room at the time. But it would definitely be like a hysterical laugh, like the same way as when Hannes died. Like he's not laughing because it's funny, right? As Coney, what are you doing, cat? Are you insane? Are you insane? That's it. He was not, you know, laughing because it was funny. He was laughing because he's lost his mind. He's having a mental breakdown. So, no. I don't know what was going on with Coney there. I actually really do like him as a character, so I'm a little disappointed in whatever that was. But I guess he's kind of always been, I don't really want to say hot-headed, but he kind of has been. So, he's just an idiot. I mean, just as, you know, Sasha pointed out in this chapter, he's an idiot. So, what are you going to do, I guess? But then, even including the rest of the main cast, I don't understand their lack of faith in Eren. It really is blowing my mind. I mean, this guy has shown himself to be nothing but a god at this point in the story. He just annihilates every person he comes across, both in dialogue and physically. You know, if he's in Marley, he'll do it physically. Or even both. I mean, really, did he not put Reiner in his place, like, times a million in the basement down there in Marley? That was insane. I don't understand why everyone seems to think that, like, Eren's off the rails. Like, yes, he's making some pretty rash decisions, but he's making pretty good ones at the end of the day. And they seem to think that, like, he's just going traitor. I mean, that's my big problem here. Like, for one thing, maybe you could think that he's losing his mind, it's too much for him to handle. Maybe you could think that, but that's not what they're thinking. These people are talking about how he's, like, straight up turning traitor. Just, like, gonna take Zeke's side. Like, he knows that Zeke's, like, the bad guy, and he's like, fuck it, let's do this, Zeke. Like, no. Like, that's not, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense for them to think that. I really don't like that at all. I would be fine with the idea of them thinking he's just losing it, but that doesn't seem to be the case, so I'm not really a fan of that. Hopefully Eren somehow is able to prove himself and they can all feel like idiots. Kind of like when Meliodas finds out, or when Bond finds out about Meliodas' curse. That kind of situation where he's just like, I was so wrong. Okay, that would be cool. I would enjoy a scene like that. We again get the Falco and Gabby thing going on. Again, not really a fan of that whole situation, but Falco proved once again he is a complete boss. He ripped her armband off, and he stopped her from using that rock on the girl. I'm really excited to see where that's going to go, what's going to happen at dinner. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty straightforward. Like, Gabby's just going to realize, like, oh, I guess, you know, this is just like Marley. Oh, my God, who would have fucking thought? Like, come on. I really am not that excited for that scene, because I really think it's going to play out exactly like that. Either that or Gabby's going to kill everyone there but Falco. Hopefully that's not the case, because what the fuck. But I guess we'll see on that one. Now, another thing, too. So, what I thought was interesting is that the Marleyans, the warriors, and Magath were talking about... They pretty much are like, yeah, Zeke 100% went traitor. He is on Paradise's side now. And that's interesting to me, because it doesn't confirm anything, because he could really be acting on his own, I suppose, like for his own ambitions. But I think it does give a better chance of Zeke being an ally of Paradise, because he's most certainly not an ally of Marley now. Because they're all like, they didn't know this was going to happen. They're all saying he's a traitor now. So he's definitely not on their side. If anything, he's doing his own thing. He's not on either of their side. He has his own plans that he wants to accomplish. So I don't think that's the case. I think he might just be an ally. What else could he want? I mean, the only people I could really see him siding with is either Marley or Paradise. Like, what else is he going to do? So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I think that this is a lot of proof that he could very well now be an ally of Paradise, which is fantastic. And the last thing, along similar lines, is based on the last few panels, I think Reiner might actually be going traitor. I don't even know if he necessarily knows it right now, but he seems to want to go back to Paradise. I think that he wants to set things right. I think that he maybe isn't just going to straight up, like, betray Marley, but maybe he's going to, like, apologize. Maybe he'll even try and, like, strike some kind of peace deal. You know, that's not out of the question, in my opinion. I mean, sure, maybe they are a little upset about everything that happened, you know, all the shit that Paradise has gone through thanks to Marley, of course, but They definitely got their revenge, and maybe even some after that. I mean, the amount of innocent people that were killed in the attack on Marley, I think it's fair enough at this point. And I think if they were really to offer, a peace treaty and there was a lot behind it, like maybe they were even willing to give up their Titans or something, give them to Paradise, then they could be like, yeah, you know what? That seems pretty legit. If you guys are willing to give up your warriors, that's pretty fair to me. And I could see maybe Reiner going for something like that. Maybe he doesn't even realize it right now, but he seems like compelled to go to Paradise as soon as possible. Which makes me really happy, by the way, because I was wondering, like, that, they're throwing out the 6 months figure, and that's pretty much what I was expecting. I was thinking, like, Marley's going to have to, like, get ready. They're going to need to prepare for a whole new battle against Paradise. Like, we got a lot more of the story left. But I'm happy it seems maybe within the next 5 chapters we could see Marley into landing on Paradise, or vice versa or something. Probably not. Probably Marley on Paradise. But that sounds good to me. I'm super excited for that. So that was the entire chapter. Again, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Probably like my favorite in the last 3-ish chapters. It really was just super good. I hope the chapters keep coming out this good. They always are. I mean, the chapters are always this good. So, well, I guess not really technically, but they're always very good, especially compared to any other manga. This is what I look forward to more than anything. One Piece is still my #1 favorite series, but this is my second. And since the chapters are so much longer and so much more happens than in a One Piece chapter, this is the thing I look forward to most every month. So, yeah, with that all being said, I hope you guys did enjoy my review. Get pumped for the next month. I'm so excited to see what happens in Attack on Titan. And I don't know if I'm actually going to get that 7 Deadly Sins chapter out today, because I'm just now realizing that apparently when I do these facecam videos, it takes a long-ass time to render these videos. So might get the 7 Deadly Sins out today, maybe tomorrow. 3 videos in one day is kind of a lot anyway. It's kind of, I don't think it's really like smart for a YouTube channel. Maybe it'd be better for me to just do it tomorrow. And I'll probably also have a video on Friday. So until then, I will talk to you guys later.